Hello guys, today I want to show you and discuss with you an example of a query including three interesting methods: load, LoadCount, and withWhereHas. It comes from the source of LaravelDaily.com, which is not public, but I decided to find some interesting decisions, interesting techniques and gems to discuss with you and show it to you, and maybe you will adopt a thing or two from our own source. So first things first, we're loading the course on the page, which is this page, the page of a specific course like Advanced Laravel Testing or whatever. These are lessons, but lessons are divided into sections. So intro, available assertions, and others. But there's more logic inside. So we need to load the course sections, which is a has many relationship from course, but we need to filter them. And this happens quite often when you have route model binding in the show model of the controller, that you need not just the main object itself, but some relationships with some logic. And you don't have Eloquent query like where something. That's why on top of the existing object, you need to have load. So instead of doing course with course sections somewhere, you don't have that somewhere. The model is already here. So instead of with, you do load inside of the controller. You kind of load the relationship later, and you may add logic here. Now, with that logic, you load the relationship. Did you know that you can load the relationship with some condition? And this is a shorter way to do that. If that condition is just one sentence, you can do it just with short fn with parameter. And that Q is actually a query. And to query, you may have where something here or where has. But quite recently in Laravel 9 point something from what I remember, or even 8. Actually, let me check. I often check the new features searching on my Laravel Daily channel because I shoot new videos, and in the title I say, yes, new in Laravel 9.17 with withWhereHas. I will link that video in the description below as well. withWhereHas is one method instead of two methods, with and whereHas. Because with course sections, we do need to return the lessons, which is has many relationship from the section. So we do need to show those lessons. That's why we have with, but also we need whereHas published lessons. And published lessons is not just any lesson, it's a specific lesson. Another thing, did you know that you can define the relationship, for example, from course to lessons? There's just has many lessons, and there's also has many lessons with condition. And not only that, that published is a scope. So did you know that you can use the scope inside of other features, inside of other functions in Eloquent? So that published is actually a function a bit higher, scope published. So you define scope published, and then you use that scope inside of this. So if we go back to the controller, we have course sections and courses, loading the published lessons, and loading only those sections that have published lessons. So for example, if I created a course in admin panel in the backend, if I added some sections there, but I didn't add any lessons yet, so it's not the time to publish that section, right? And that is protected by this filter. So we load only published lessons. And similarly, LoadCount, we load not only published lessons here, but also we want to show how many videos are in the course. Again, published videos. So you may load not only the relationship itself, but also the count, and then in the view, in the blade, you will have access to published lessons underscore count variable. So this is the example, a few tips around Eloquent with loading the relationships. I hope it was useful. I will publish a few more tips from our Laravel Daily.com source code. And if you want to support the project itself, of course, subscribe to LaravelDaily.com membership, and you will get all the courses inside. That's it for this time, and see you guys in other videos.